Hey there! Have you ever felt paralyzed in the face of a seemingly impossible challenge, as if each step was a mountain to climb? Well, prepare yourself for a story that will shake your foundations and reignite your inner flame. At Prime Motivation, we bring you real stories that prove true strength lies within you. Today, we're diving into an inspiring journey that shows that every step forward counts. So, buckle up and open your heart, because this story will transform your perspective on the power of perseverance. The shrill sound of the alarm clock cut through the silence of my room at 6 a.m. Another day, another battle. I was Carlos, a 35-year-old man trapped in a vicious cycle of poor eating habits and sedentary lifestyle. As I got up, I felt the weight of my 286 pounds protesting against every movement. The labored breathing and joint pain were constant reminders that something needed to change. That morning, as I dragged myself to work, I realized I could no longer tie my own shoes without getting out of breath. It was like a slap in the face, a painful awakening to the reality I had been ignoring for so long. The motivation to change came in the most unexpected way, through shame and discomfort. At the office, the stairs seemed like an insurmountable mountain. I opted for the elevator, as always, ignoring the pitying looks from my colleagues. That's when Joao, my longtime friend, approached me with a proposal that would change my life. "Carlos," he said, "I'm worried about you. How about we start walking together in the park after work?" At first, the idea seemed absurd to me. Me? Exercise? Impossible. But something in the sincerity of Joao's gaze struck a chord with me. Maybe it was the fear of continuing on that downward spiral, or maybe a glimmer of hope. After a long sigh, I heard myself say, "All right, let's give it a try." That afternoon, I took my first step towards change. It was literally one step, as I barely managed to complete one lap around the park. Breathless, sweaty, and discouraged, I almost gave up right there. But Joao, with his unwavering determination, reminded me, "Man, it doesn't matter how slow you go, you're still lapping everybody on the couch. Every step forward counts." Those words echoed in my mind, planting the seed of overcoming that was about to bloom. The park walk with Joao became a daily routine. At first, each step was a struggle against my own body and mind. The heavy breathing, aching legs, and dripping sweat were constant reminders of my condition. But surprisingly, each day I managed to go a little further. Determination began to grow within me, fueled by Joao's persistence and the mantra he taught me. Every step forward counts. As weeks passed, I noticed small changes. My breathing became less labored, my legs stronger. One day, when I climbed the office stairs without stopping, I felt a wave of pride wash over me. It was a small victory, but it represented significant progress. The feeling of achievement was addictive and drove me to continue. The change wasn't limited to just exercise. I started paying more attention to my diet. I swapped greasy snacks for healthier options. At first, it was a challenge to resist temptations, but with each conscious choice, I felt I was regaining control over my life. The discipline I developed with walking now extended to other aspects of my daily life. A month passed, and for the first time in years, I stepped on the scale without fear. To my surprise, I had lost 11 pounds. It wasn't a drastic change, but it was a start. That number on the scale was concrete proof that my efforts were paying off. The inspiration I felt at that moment was indescribable. I realized that the life change I so desired was within my reach. I just had to keep taking one step at a time. With a new positive attitude, I began to set more ambitious goals. I didn't just want to lose weight. I wanted to become a healthier and happier version of myself. I decided to sign up for a local gym, something I would never have considered months ago. The idea still scared me, but now I knew I had the resilience necessary to face this new challenge. After all, every step towards a better life counted, and I was determined to take many more. The gym became my new battleground. At first, I felt like a fish out of water, surrounded by fit people and intimidating equipment, but I remembered Joao's words. Every step forward counts. With that motivation in mind, I faced my first workout. It was hard, very hard. My muscles, dormant for so long, protested with every movement. The instructor, a man named Marcos, noticed my struggle and approached. "Carlos," he said, "remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You've already taken yours. Now just keep going." His words fueled my determination. As the weeks passed, the challenges changed shape. It was no longer just the physical effort, but also the mental battle. There were days when laziness tried to defeat me, when the couch seemed more appealing than the weights. But with each obstacle overcome, I became stronger, not just physically, but mentally. One day, while exercising, I heard someone say, "Man, you're unrecognizable." It was Pedro, a coworker I hadn't seen in months. His comment caught me by surprise. I had been so focused on the process that I had hardly noticed the visible changes. That night, I looked at myself in the mirror, and for the first time in years, I liked what I saw. It wasn't just the weight loss. It was the confidence in my gaze, the more upright posture, the easier smile. The transformation went beyond the physical. My energy at work increased, my productivity improved. I began to get involved in projects that I previously avoided for fear of not having the stamina. A life change that began with a simple step in the park was affecting all areas of my existence. I realized that true overcoming wasn't just about losing weight, but about gaining a new perspective on myself and my capabilities. 6 months had passed since that first difficult step in the park. Looking back, I could hardly believe the transformation. I had lost 66 pounds, but gained much more in confidence, energy, and happiness. The scale was no longer my enemy, but an ally that showed the result of my effort and dedication. On a Sunday morning, I decided to do something I never imagined possible: participate in a 5K race. When I arrived at the event site, I felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. The Carlos from 6 months ago would have laughed at the idea, but the new Carlos was ready for the challenge. When the starting gun sounded, I began to run, repeating to myself, "Every step forward counts." The race was a surreal experience. Each kilometer covered was a celebration of my journey. When I crossed the finish line, tears were flowing freely down my face. It wasn't just a medal I had won. It was tangible proof of my overcoming. Joao, who ran by my side, hugged me, saying, See, you did it, man." My transformation story began to inspire others. Co-workers, friends, and even strangers approached me asking for advice. I realized that my journey could be a beacon of hope for those who, like me, believed that change was impossible. I started sharing my experience on social media, showing that with determination and persistence, anyone can change their life. Today, I understand that my health and wellness journey is continuous. There is no final finish line, only new goals to be achieved. Each day is an opportunity to take another step forward, to overcome a new challenge. The motivation I found on this journey has become an integral part of who I am. I look to the future with optimism, knowing that as long as I keep moving forward, there's no limit to what I can achieve. After all, as I learned, every step counts, and I'm determined to keep walking, running, and living a full and healthy life. And there you have it, prime motivation, folks. Carlos's story shows us that true transformation begins with a single step. No matter where you are on your journey, remember, every effort, no matter how small, is a step towards your dreams. Change may seem scary, but it's in change that we find our true strength. So, I ask you, what will your first step be today? How about starting right now? Get up, stretch, take a walk, choose a fruit instead of a candy. Remember, you have the power to rewrite your story, one step at a time. If this story touched your heart, share it. Who knows? Your words might be the push someone needs to start their own transformation journey. And don't forget, every step forward counts. We'll see you in the next video, continuing together on this incredible journey of overcoming and achievement. Stay well, stay strong, and keep moving forward.